Folks, what is going on? This video is to show my strong support for a small business, a gym in one of my hometowns, Sarnia, Ontario, that is refusing to go back into lockdown since the gray zoning has been reissued. And I just want to share with you a little bit about why this is important to myself. As most of you know, exercising, I talk about this all the time, how important it is for me personally with my mental health. Let me first say what this video is not. This video is not a protest for anti-masking, anti-social distancing, anti-government, anti-coronavirus, none of that stuff. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I understand this has been a huge problem. I believe we need to be following certain rules such as social distancing and wearing masks. I do all that stuff myself. We need to be supporting our healthcare workers and doing our part. So I just want to get that out of the way. I'm not someone who does not believe in any of this stuff. What this video is an advocacy for mental health. We need to be having this conversation as much as we're having the conversation around coronavirus. We have been locked up for over a year now, and we did great at the start. We all came together. We did our part, 90% of us anyways, but people are suffering now more than ever. And we need to be talking about the other things that are important aside from just coronavirus. Coronavirus is important. This isn't about what is and what is not important. It's about considering all aspects. This is a very new problem for most of us. So we can't be ignorant to other aspects of how people are suffering. My own personal experience, I am here in Vancouver, BC. I live here now. All of my family is in Ontario. And last year, gyms here in BC closed for about 3 months, and it had a big effect on my well-being. It was a devastating effect on me. I couldn't work. We were in serious lockdown at the time. And then to add to that, to not be able to exercise, it had a very serious effect. Now, since then, for the past 9 months, gyms here in BC and where I am in Vancouver specifically have been open with no issues. And we are a much bigger city than especially Sarnia, Ontario. And way more cases, all that stuff. I've been going to the gym for the last 9 months, 6 days a week, and knock on wood, we have never received an email about someone with symptoms or with coronavirus, or I've had no issues myself, and everything has been just fine in that regard. Now, if you are living in this world and if you are not noticing how much of a mental health crisis we are currently facing, then your eyes are closed. I go outside of my house. Probably the only place I don't notice it is in the gym, when I'm surrounded by the healthiest people I know and the happiest people I know. If I go to the grocery store, if I get in my car and I'm driving for 5 minutes, it is insanity out there. People are honking. I mean, it always is a little bit crazy, but right now is something else. People are yelling at each other in the grocery stores. People are honking at each other, like almost like serious road rage. The videos we're seeing online are absolutely insane. If you think that someone is going into a store, refusing to wear a mask, getting in a physical altercation with workers in the store, if you don't think that some of that has to do with mental health and how people are feeling, then I don't know. Like, mental health problems are not always addiction and suicide and all of these things. It shows as agitation. It comes as anger, sadness, locking ourselves alone and not talking to people. Like, we are, as human beings, we're very good at keeping things within ourselves until we absolutely get to a boiling point where we explode. We are seeing people exploding every single day. We need to be having the conversation that mental health is a serious problem. So one of the things that helps many people, and people who don't go to the gym, I know they don't understand this, but as you all know, and a super keener when it comes to going to the gym. For 90% of the people who go to the gym, 90% of the reason is for mental health. People who go to the gym need that for their mental health. Working out outside is not the same thing. And the fact that gyms, especially in Ontario, are not essential is absolutely ridiculous to me. It happened here. It was a very short time where people said, no way, exercising is absolutely essential. It's one of the most essential things, and it absolutely should be in Ontario as well. You cannot take someone's right away from becoming healthier. Like, in 5 years, we're going to look back at this and we're going to say, how ridiculous is this? We were locked down. If you don't have a family, I live by myself, so if you are locked down, you are not seeing anyone. On top of that, we're not allowing you to take care of yourself and your mental health. We're going to force you to stay home, and you can't do any of these things. When people need exercise the most, you cannot have it. That is the most ridiculous thing to me in the world. I understand there's people who are going to watch this video and they're not going to get it, but people who exercise get it. So here is the point of this video. There is a small business in Ontario right now, a gym, that is refusing to go back into lockdown. They are saying enough is enough. They're not saying we are anti-maskers. They're not saying coronavirus isn't real. They're saying we need to open up and we need to support mental health. And I firmly, strongly agree with this decision. And I think that if you are, that's my main argument in this conversation, is I fully agree that gyms should be open for mental health. The next step to this whole thing is, if you are a small business in Ontario, especially Sarnia, but anywhere in London, and you have been someone who's saying these rules are ridiculous, we should not be closing, there's a way that we can do this, we can allow people to come to our establishment for dinner in a safe way, which has been happening here in Vancouver for ages, and it's totally fine. If you are the person who's been arguing about that, you need to be stepping up right now and supporting this other business and standing up for your rights. Now is the time. Someone has taken the spotlight, they've put themselves at risk, they put themselves on the front lines to create the change and to say enough is enough and to start sticking up for their rights. If you are this person, now is the time to speak up. It's not easy, it's scary, but you have to do this. You have to be supporting other small businesses. I'm not saying everything needs to open up and we don't worry about anything. We can wear masks, we can social distance, but there is a way that we can do this in a smart way. And if you're a small business, I encourage you to stand up for each other. I am here, but I'm still doing this video because I'm extremely passionate about what is happening, and being an Ontarian, you can see with my shirt, I'm representing. But this is a time that we need to say enough is enough. Canadians need to start standing up for their livelihoods, because the reality is it's been a year, there's businesses closing, people are suffering from mental health, for financial reasons. It's time that we say, okay, we can do this, we're going to do it in a smart way. And I think we need to start having that conversation, and I think we need to be supporting each other if you believe in that conversation. If you don't believe in it, if you don't think we should be opening up, if you don't believe in exercising, if you don't think gyms should be open, that's fine. This video isn't for you. I'm not here to start an argument. I hate talking about coronavirus. I hate this whole thing. I hate using my energy on it, but I am extremely passionate about fitness and exercise and taking care of ourselves, our physical bodies, and our mental well-being. And gyms are one of the greatest ways to do that. So I'm in full support of what this business is doing. And for anyone else out there, if you've been complaining, as you rightfully should have been, we can't just complain all the time. Eventually we need to step up, and we are the people and we have the power, and we say how we can do this, and we can do these things in a smart way. That's all I got. Sorry if I was a little over the top with the passion, but you guys know how I roll with this stuff. Have a great day. Peace.